Hello, everybody. Hello. I kind of just introed you like I intro my English classes. Hello. That's funny. That's funny. I teach English classes online, in case no one knew that, to kids in China. Actually, pretty cool. Very very cool. If you're interested, let me know. It's a very cool process. Very easy too. Anyways, hello, Coach Kyle here on the vids with you on the tube of you on the vids. Oof, that was a tough one. I don't have editing software, so you just get it all. Here I am. I don't need editing. I'm on here today because I want to share something that is a very vulnerable moment for me and a very vulnerable moment in my life. And there is a lot of intent behind this video of sharing it with you. One, it will allow me to release a lot of what's happening. Not release, sorry, come to terms with a lot of what's happening the more I talk about it. The more you talk about something that's going on in your life, the more it kind of becomes apparent of what's going on, and it gives you the ability to really understand it. So, also, my second intent is to hopefully prevent you from ever being in the space that I'm in right now. And I say that wholeheartedly and with so much empathy for you because I do not want you to go through this. I do believe that there is a certain level of pain that we need to go through individually and uniquely to become better, but I do believe that we can actively work on and pursue that, and that was something that I did not do, which you'll learn in this video, and it grew into this huge, massive storm, and that storm did not go away, and that storm rained on the seed that was my lack of self-love, and that grew roots, and that grew a big old weed bush. And here I am chopping down the damn weed bush. I don't want you to ever be in this position. I really don't. So here we go with the initial part of this video. I wish I could clip this in, but I can't. So this is Will Smith's video. This is what Will Smith said, and I'm going to share it with you. It's the preface to this video. Everything in my life, good or bad, right or wrong, pleasant or unpleasant, wanted or unwanted, is what it is because of me. My thoughts, my emotions, my beliefs have created my life. Any lack in my life is a result of a lack in me. I've said that a lot today, that's heavy. Take that in. If you haven't and you didn't, rewind. And if you don't want to do that because I didn't speak it enough for you, go find it on YouTube. Go find it on Instagram. Search Will Smith Motivation. You'll find it. An incredible video because what it does and what it taught me today was the purity and beauty of responsibility for your own actions. And anything that has caused or has been caused in your life that or a lack of in your life is a direct result of you. And a massive result in the lack of what you have for yourself. So here I am sharing the last 4 or 5 months with you all bundled into one video. So I'm going to do my best to condense it. Please stick around. Like I said, this is something that I really don't want you to fully experience because it's not enjoyable. No. I have hit rock bottom, plain and simple. I'm here to tell you that Coach Kyle, the person who's meant to be motivating you and inspiring you and helping you build the life that you want to live, has hit rock bottom himself. And the funny part is you wouldn't know because I presented to you someone who was not hitting rock bottom. I presented to you in the last couple months a person online and a different person in real life. So you saw someone who was putting in work and who was putting in effort, and the people closest to me saw somebody else. This is going to be heavy for me to share, so I'm going to do my best. But I want to really, really, really dive into this with you. I think that there's a power in sharing stories and what a person is doing to fight those and to grow. So here we go. Coach Kyle, growing, sharing with you as much as I can. Vulnerable moment. Please join me. The last 4 or 5 months, I have put myself in a red zone of energy. I read this book, I was in chapters, and I spent 2 hours in the damn store. I didn't leave the store, I didn't buy the book, and I sat there and I read this book. And it talked about red energy levels, orange and green. Green fill you, orange don't fill you, they don't drain you, and red drain you. I have a lot of green in my life. I have a lot of green in my life. And what I ended up doing with all the green in my life was I didn't give my energy to those moments, and I gave my energy to the red. And what that ended up doing was it kind of self-sabotaged. So I stayed in the zone of red. That sun is magical. I became comfortable, which we all know, if kept too long, comfortable states can really hurt you in the long run. And they will become something that doesn't really feel that great anymore and leaves you, just feeling weird and off. I stopped my self-growth. In many ways, I stopped reading. I fell off because I had checklists, and the checklist did not make me feel good. I fell asleep spiritually. That one was tough to see. I fell asleep spiritually. I wasn't doing the spiritual work to connect myself to my power and my divinity and my masculinity, and that really impacted the relationships that are closest to me. Really impacted it. And not only that, but it impacted my ability to fulfill my purpose. Like I said, this is a lot to share with you. I became judgmental. Specific story, I was walking into the gym. This lady didn't hold the door open for me. I was right behind her. I was pretty stunned because I believe in the kindness of humanity and the people that are here. But what ended up happening in repercussion was that I put a judgmental expectation on her that she should have, when it has nothing to do with me. Ergo, I became slightly narcissistic. I just learned this word yesterday. Narcissistic in the sense that I started to feel, without even realizing it, that I felt the world kind of should revolve around me. Oof. Narcissistic. That her not holding the door open for me was narcissistic. I gave energy and effort and energy to the things that didn't matter, and stopped giving as much energy as I could to the things that did matter. And the things that are not deserving of my energy. Financials, whether I do or do not like my workspace, whether I do or do not like the direction that I'm heading in. I just gave my energy to things that they just really didn't matter. And I'm gonna be honest with you, one of the most important things in your life are your relationships. Hands down. Your relationship with yourself and the relationships with the people that are closest to you. They will 100% be the most important things. And so if you can maintain your mindset towards those things, then that will prevent me from getting to the space that I am in right now. Without getting emotional, I need to tell you that I had everything already. I had everything already. It was all there. It was right there in front of me. And through the process of what I was doing to myself, I hit rock bottom. And I almost lost the two things closest to me in my life. Three things that are closest to me in life. One being myself. And so that's been really tough to face, but I'm sharing that with you because I never want you to get to that point where that's where you're at, because I don't want you ever to be here, ever. So here was where ergo self-love comes in, and the ability to actively pursue your self-love. I thought I loved myself. So then I was like, okay, you love yourself, you're good, you're set, no worries. And then what ended up happening was I kind of just kept it here. Ergo the comfort thing that I talked about, and I didn't elevate it. And you should always be elevating the things in your life. Even if they feel good right now, like if you're in a relationship, things feel good, that's beautiful. Now what are you doing to accelerate and to continue moving forward in an upward direction? Because flatlining, as we all know, is dead. If you flatline your heart rate, you're dead. When you're flying in an airplane, the most exciting part is not when you're at the top in the air, coasting at 600 kilometers an hour. There is some beauty to that moment, but what's more exciting and more thrilling and more, you just feel it, is the acceleration and the landing. Those are the moments that you feel the most. And so if you can constantly have yourself in those moments, your life will be a lot more fulfilling. My life will be a lot more fulfilling and joyful. So my tools, I need to really dive into the timing here. My tools, number one, sticky notes. Sticky notes. I bought sticky notes, and the universe answered when I bought these, because I bought them to just put them up in my house. There's actually one right there, to remind me of things like, where's your energy right now? What do you cherish the most? Where's your mindset at? I just one on my bathroom, on my bathroom window that says energy, energy, energy. Where is it at? What are you giving it to? Because it will go to the wrong places really fast if you let it. Trust me. Sticky notes. Books. The Four Agreements. Read it. I've talked about it before. Read it. The Four Agreements. I'm going to name them off real quick for you. Listen. Be impeccable with your word. High level of integrity. Self-love. Number 2, don't take things personally. Judgment. Number 3, don't make assumptions. Again, judgment. Don't make assumptions. You don't know people's lives. Don't make assumptions. Like I did when that lady didn't hold the door open for me. I made an assumption that maybe she wasn't a kind person. What's wrong with you, Kyle? What's wrong with you? Always do your best. That one has stayed in my mind forever, and I find myself in moments really acting on that. Always do your best, no matter what the circumstances. Easier said than done, obviously, but those are the 4 agreements. Read the book, I promise you. Second book, Book of Joy. Book of Joy. Find it, read it. I'm not done reading it. I'm actively reading it, and I think it's an active read. It is a book that you read often because those are 2 spiritual leaders in the world, and they have the most joy because they find this great, incredible balance between living life that's in front of them while also being incredibly spiritual and connected. Something that I'm learning how to do. And so that book and the little excerpts in it will drastically help. I found this article. Go to my Facebook page, Coach Kyle, find it, read it. It's all about divine masculine and feminine awakenness and how the 2 can intersect and what more or less both are looking for. And I gotta be honest with you, it didn't just help me with that specific part of life, but it helped me really realize almost all of the things that I was doing wrong in the last months past. So, read the article. Sleep. Did you know that when you sleep a lot? Do you sleep a lot? I sleep a lot. I actually started to sleep more. Did you know that that's actually a reflection of depression? People who are depressed sleep a lot, as kind of like a rule of thumb. Now, I'm not saying you're depressed, and I'm not saying I'm depressed. I'm saying that there's a possibility, high possibility, that I, and maybe you, have been expressing depressive tendencies. So right now, without even trying to, without really focusing on it, I don't know how much I've been sleeping. It hasn't been a whole lot, but I've kind of been deflecting sleep. And my body has been deflecting sleep because there's so much running through my mind. And good things, some tough things, but good things. And I've been deflecting sleep, and so it actually has helped my day a little bit. I don't feel tired. I don't even notice, to be honest with you. I'm deflecting that sleep. It's nice. Meditation. Using it as a tool. Not to escape, but to reconnect me with me. Reconnect me with me inside. So then that way I can then exude all of that I am. And vulnerability. Sharing this video with you. There's a lot of power in vulnerability. There's a lot of power in expressing that. And I think it is very, very important to utilize as the strength that you already carry. It takes practice. And here's where things come in. I told you at the beginning of this video, I never want you to be in the space that I'm in right now. So with that being said, I want you to listen to all of the words that I had to say today. And I really want them to kind of resonate with you. And maybe you're in a similar space, or maybe you notice certain things, but what I want to tell you is that if things are good, they can always be better. And never stop self-reflecting, never stop self-loving, or at least actively pursuing a high level of self-love. Never stop that, and never disconnect yourself. When you disconnect yourself, you disconnect the people around you. And I remember feeling disconnected very recently, and I expressed this, and now I'm sitting here realizing that a big portion of that disconnection was fucking my fault. Was my fault. Again, going back to the Will Smith video, any lack in my life is a lack in me. I was disconnected within, therefore everything on the external was also disconnected. Big vulnerable moment on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found value. I hope you saw a lot of good things. I hope that it resonated in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, I believe in the power of a story. I also believe in the power of the story that's being resolved, the story that's being changed, the story that's being growth story. Coach Kyle is going to do his absolute best as a for agreement. He's going to do his absolute best to continue to pursue the warrior within inside of him. And in turn, while continuing the rare warrior, which is utilizing my vulnerability as a vulnerable warrior to really use that as my strength, I will then be able to better serve you, the people closest to me, and the world. I could talk for hours about you with this, but I'm not going to. That's going to end it right now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you sticking by. I appreciate you allowing me to share this with you. And if you're here 16 minutes later, you're a trooper. I appreciate you. I really do. Never stop pursuing your self-love. And always do your best to keep yourself connected, not only to your spirituality and the power within you and your purpose, but to the people closest to you. That's it. Coach Kyle out. Love you all. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the sun. Stand in it for a moment because it will allow you to really absorb all that the universe has to offer for you. Ciao, ciao.